Hey, Shalom. I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Shemal Washai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to you brothers out there doing the work of sincerity and truth, striving for the hopeful leg, enduring all afflictions and seeking out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right, I have a this movie called Contagion up that came out in 2011, a drama sci-fi. I don't I'm pretty sure some of you brothers have seen it, and basically this movie is all about what's going on right now in the world. Let me go ahead and read right here. It says when Beth returns to Minnesota from Hong Kong business trip, she attributes the malaise she feels to jet lag. However, 2 days later, Beth is dead, and doctors tell her shocked husband that they have no idea what killed her. Soon, many others start to exhibit the same symptoms, and a global pandemic explodes. Doctors try to contain the lethal microbe, but society begins to collapse as a blogger fans the flames of paranoia. Okay, so in this movie, I watched it years ago, and it shows you in this movie how it starts from, like, the when people were contracting the disease or the virus, and then at the end of the movie it shows you the investigation, how they and how this disease began. And going back, coming in our time, this coronavirus started over there in Wuhan, China. And then, as I stated, this virus was began in Hong Kong, China. So in the movie it shows you that it came from I believe it was a bat. And in our time they're claiming that it's a bat or the cobra. I'm not sure. If I'm not mistaken, it's the cobra that is the was the carrier. All right, and it was contracted, by humans for eating it and stuff like that. Or if not, various other unclean animals that these heathens eat. But this movie was very well showing us what was gonna come into the near future, because it's everything is on the same proportion of what's going on right now. That this virus is a global. It's a pandemic. Okay, and if you brothers haven't seen it, now's the time to watch it. Okay, and everybody is basically bugging out, man. But fearful. A lot of people are dying. So yeah, this is a movie that is basically was showing us what was gonna be in the near future. Okay, and then right here you see the top stories. It says Gwyneth Paltrow, star of The Contagion, is taking her coronavirus worry seriously. So this was 3 minutes ago. So these actors that were involved in this movie, which it was nothing but a movie, are now seeing this in reality, in their reality, in our reality, it's coming true. So these people are being fearful. They're scared of what's going on. It says Gwyneth Paltrow makes Contagion joke about avoiding coronavirus. As she wears $100 face mask on a plane. She admits paranoid and calls out her Contagion character. All right, so it says Gwyneth Paltrow wears face mask on plane amid coronavirus outbreak. I've already been in this movie. So see, they're basically saying that this was already thought of. Okay. So like I said, if you brothers haven't seen it, this movie is basically what we're going through right now. Let me pull out a script. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. Least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So it could be very well from an animal, but it could also be, as created in the lab and distributed, to cause this for their purpose, whatever their purpose may be. We know the Georgia Guidestones, that they wanted to bring the population to, what was it, 400? Was it 400 million or 400? Yeah, I believe it may be 400 million, and there's 7.3 billion people on the earth. So there's a lot of people that have to die for it to even get to that number. Don't quote me on that, on the Georgia Guidestones. Your brothers can do y'all's research. Go back. I'll go back and refresh my memory on that. But it was either 400,000, 400 million. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's 400 million that they want to get the population number down to. Okay, so there's reasons they want to do the RFID chip. We always said in years ago that something has to happen, whether it be war or a terrorist attack or some type of biological warfare, which is a disease, a virus, whatever. Those are stages for declaring martial law, for declaring the activation of these FEMA camps, and start deporting people and start doing what they have to do. So this could very well be that time. And us brothers, we know that we are to be courageous and have faith in Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, but at the same time, be cautious. You can't be, just like we're not to be playing around with sin. We're not supposed to be around certain people. Certain people that carry demons on them, that you don't want to put yourself in harm's way, but at the same time, Yahweh Bashem Al Shai is going to take care of us. Yahweh Shai was around the sick and the maimed and things of that nature, lepers and stuff, and he never was contaminated. So I want to bring out this one example, which is not the best example, but I want to bring it out. This is Acts chapter 28 and 1. And when they were escaped, they knew that the island was called Melita, and the barbarous people showed us no little kindness, for they kindled a fire and received us everyone because of the present rain and because of the cold. And when Paul had gathered a bundle of sticks and laid them on the fire, there came a viper out of the heat and fastened on his hand. And when the barbarians saw the venomous beast hang on his hand, they said among themselves, "No doubt this man is a murderer, whom though he hath escaped the sea, yet vengeance suffereth not to live." And he shook off the beast into the fire and felt no harm. Howbeit they looked when he should have swollen or fallen down dead suddenly. But after they had looked a great while and saw no harm come to him, they changed their minds and said that he was a god. Okay, so no, death has no power over the elect. Just like we know that one in the book of, let me see, bring it, Amos chapter 5 verse 19, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Okay, but for the elect, they're not going to be brought to their destruction by any of these things. Okay, the wicked are going to fall in that stead and be bit by the serpent, which the serpent is going to destroy them. And we know that the poison is what kills the individual by way of being bit by a snake or a serpent, a venomous snake or a serpent at that, and it goes into your bloodstream. The same thing with the virus. These viruses, they attack your immune system and start breaking you down and attacking certain organs or whatever it is that it does. You go into a fever, just like a snake bite will do all the same things. The poison will begin to break you down. okay, and started destroying your organs. So yeah, your brothers, check it out. It's called Contagion. Came out, as you see, 2011. It's a good movie, really, really good movie. But it gives you an insight to show you the possibilities of what can happen in our time right now. What that's going on with this certain virus. Okay, but we don't want to be paranoid or fearful or anything like that, because anything can happen. Anything can happen. It could just be something that just blows over, just like the West Nile. You had the H1N1. You had all these different various viruses that had sprung up throughout the years, and just it just went away. Whatever. I mean, they didn't go away, but it didn't have an effect on the people, as much, when it first was um, discovered or whatever. So yeah, y'all brothers, check out this movie. With that, shalom.